My name is Bobby Mickens. I'm 69 years old. I was born and raised in North Philly. Lived there all my life. I lived on 11th and Huntington, and the murder happened at Warnock and Huntington. And the statement they made about William running down 11th Street after it happened, that wasn't true, because I was outside in the front doing my thing, and I've never seen him come down to 11th Street running towards Cumberland Street, and that never happened. And that was after I heard shots. So I didn't see him chasing nobody. If it happened, it happened afterwards or before, but I never seen none of that happen at all, period. I believe I was at Holmesburg Prison, and they told me I had to go down to the police administration building. So when they picked me up, Manny was in the van already. And we got to talking, and that's when he explained to me about Major Tillery. He was saying how, you know why you here, and all this type of stuff. And I said, no, I don't know why I'm going down to the police station. And he said, well, Major put your name in some stuff like that. And he left it right there. You know, he said Major was trying to involve me in the murder, that type of stuff. And I had no reason not to believe him. Manny knew a lot of stuff. So I went on the strength of a lot of things that he told me. And as years went by, I didn't realize that the corruption that was going on between the district attorneys and the homicide detectives over at the police administration building. They were having us come down there. We would make a statement, but they would, I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they retyped it or whatever. But the main thing they were concerned about was me putting my initial at the end of each page that I did. And when I turned right around, I seen different statements that were perpetrated that I didn't make, you know. But I followed up on what Manny had said to me in the police van. And that's how I got caught up in this web of lies with the police. It was drafted through stuff that Manny told me, and stuff that the detectives would feed me off of other people's statements. Now, I don't know what statements they was giving me the information from, because they had a folder with different statements in there. But they was drafting, giving me, well, do you remember this part? And the agreement was, I just say yeah. You know, going there, you just agree to certain things that was said to you. When we bring it up, you agree to it, that type of thing. And that's how it came about. It was only two detectives that they called as my handler. It was John Semino and James Nesby. They brought me down like maybe 2 or 3 times when they wanted to correct certain things. Or one time they wanted me to be there when Barbara Christie was there. And she would go across the statement and say, oh, well, what this part here, blasey, blasey, and they would correct certain things. That was a normal thing at that time. That was a normal thing. The detective would let your girlfriend come down. Some guys would just visit them. Some guys would be intimate with them. That type of thing was going on, real heavy at the time. I asked him out, girlfriend come down there, and they let her come down there. And a see-through glass that they normally have where they could see, they had that cover up. They'd be having that covered up with some type of paper or whatever, but they let you do your thing, whatever you do. You go hug and kiss, intimacy, or you could just talk, but they wasn't in on it. I don't know if they had speakers that listened to the conversation, but as far as them seeing you, it wasn't like that at all. So now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because the way they had it set up was, once I went out there to testify, I had to agree with what was on the statement. So that's what I did. After the trial, I had a couple more cases I testified against. I don't want to get into that, but I had testified in several cases, and then I was taken to court, and they gave me time served. They gave me 2.5 to 5. I already was there locked up then, to be followed by 5 years probation. So I was released. I realized a lot of things that was brought to my attention that I wasn't really aware of, and I started thinking back. I'm looking at these guys doing their life sentences because of something that I did, and it wasn't right, and I guess I'm trying to amend things, within myself.